Hola amigos, welcome to Life for Living Well channel. Please subscribe to keep the channel going. You can also check us out by visiting our website on www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Sit down and enjoy the helpful topic for this week. Hey, welcome back to another episode for Life for Living Well. I hope you all well. Before we dive into the topic we have for this week, I quickly want to say if you like to write to me directly, or if you like to know much about what Life for Living Well does as a community, or you would like to participate on various things, the various projects that we involve in with, you can write to me through the web form on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you're also looking for inspirational books that you would like to read, you can also check the book section on the website. And we have so many articles that also come with this podcast weekly that we try to push on the website. So let's get started without taking much of your time. So going to start, and we'll just continue from the series that we've been looking to for the last few weeks. And this week is week 6 of 10 practical resourceful skills. And this week we particularly look into industrious. So, and looking into area where we can sharpen it if we don't use it already, and how we can be more encouraging if you already use it in our life. And we can be so industrious for a wrong reason, and then awareness of that will be helpful for us to not burning our fuel into the wrong stuff. Okay, so let's get diving. According to Stratton Porter, he once said, if you are lazy and accept your lot, you may live in it. If you are willing to work, you can write your name anywhere you choose. Stratton Porter. So I like this particular quotation, and that's why I put it as a first statement of starting this podcast, or even writing in the article into the website at the same time. So what will you learn from this particular podcast this week? Number one, you'll be able to differentiate between who is industrious and who is not, and you'll be able to confirm it with your own way of doing things. And number two, what are the traits of industrial person? What does it look like? So these are the things that this particular podcast will try to expose, and I'm hoping that by the time we finish it, you will get the answer to all these questions that I throw to you now. And number 3 thing that you should be able to get from this podcast is how to create or develop industrial habits. And if you don't have it already, and I can able to show you how to develop it within yourself, because every one of us have it, but like they said, what you don't use, die. So if you have a lot of empty land, if you don't plant anything to it, there's nothing will come out of it. So your mind is the same like a land, and how you think about things will determine the actions and the behavior that we display to the outside world. So Thomas Edison popularly claim that most people, when they see the opportunity, they say the hard work. And we know what they do. Is either they abandon it or run away. And the same thing happen in relationship, it happen in business, it happen in interpersonal relationship. We're meeting people from different places, the family. Some people, if you stick around enough, you probably develop resilient and tolerant. But if you always run away, always escape when the challenges like this come, you'll be difficult to develop your tolerant, resilient, and patient side of you. And you will need it a lot to develop industrious habit. So he said, when the opportunity comes, a lot of people, what they say is hard work. It's easier when people say somebody is garden green. They forgot that if they don't wet their own garden, that the next garden they jump to is going to become gray at the same time, because they carry the same habit. They say the opportunity, but in a way that they are not ready to do the work that require to bring that opportunity to fold. No wonder many often believe gold and diamond is in foreign country. And you talk to these people, and sometimes it's amazing what they said. And it comes from where I am, there's no opportunity there. I believe that if I go to A, there's a lot of opportunity there. They could be right. But even there's an opportunity where there's no opportunity, you create it. And most people that actually make a lot of changes, a lot of impact, these are the people that create the opportunity where no one sees it. Someone that was doing a side hustle along the line with their daily jobs, they have to sacrifice a lot. They have to give up certain things in order to make certain things happen. Those who are able to create a life are in a better position to predict the future accurately. Until you are ready to do what the majority won't do, then you will begin to create your own opportunity. And this is where majority of the people will like other people to help them. Majority of people will like to tap into what other people have done. They imitate them. If they buy the house, they want to buy the house. If they buy the car, they want to buy the car. If they move, they want to move. The question is, being developed industrial attitude is one of the things that you actually begin to create the opportunity that you want for yourself. Sometimes people will come to help you. Sometimes you have to carry the heavy load. You have to do the work, not just the talking. And then the people that will help you will come and join you and help you. But it won't happen without you do the work. You can't have an empty land and you're expecting seed or plant to grow from it if you don't plant anything. So it takes a lot of hard work. So this is where people that see the opportunity, they see the hard work, according to Thomas Jefferson, and they run away. So let's look at what an industrial person will do. This individual is persistent in their attention and focus. What many people will call hard work, they are motivated in adding value to whatever they choose to do or are involved in. Also, these people, when you spend time with them, they are people I call maximizer. You give them a pound. These are the people that will turn a pound to 2 pounds. Someone once said, if you give everyone, if you have 100 people, and you give them 1 million each in 12 months' time, those 100 people you give 1 million each hour for 100 million. In 10 years, in 1 year's time, you will end up having 90% of that money in the hand of 1% of that 100 people. Why? Because it's easier to make money. It's far difficult to keep it. It's even more harder to increase it. But the industrious person, you don't give them money. They make money. They create it. Because you can give anybody money, but you cannot give them wealth. What create wealth is their attitude, is their personality, is their insight, is their how they do the things. So these individuals are persistent in their attention and focus. What many people will call hard work. They are motivated in adding value to whatever they choose to do, are involving. They maximize their environment, education, society, turning adversity to learning and growth are what differentiate them from others. When you spend time with industrious individual, is the routine they have created into their own life. And you will find these people in all form of life. It's not necessarily that they are the most richest in terms of money or possessions, but they are the kind of people that they can create their own living. They could just have ordinary jobs, but their attention to details, their hard work, the persistent, the consistent that they put to it, that differentiate them. These are not the people that spend above their means. These are the people that live below their means. These are the people that they take calculative risk, but they are hardworking. They are not the people that just do 7.5 hours a day. These are the people that they start working before most people arise from their bed. They're probably the one that actually read more books than people that just do 7.5 hours a day job. Sometimes you spend time with people, you can tell a lot based on what they read or what they don't read. So, be an industrious individual. You also have the capacity to maximize whatever you do. You can maximize your relationship by making people that come to your life, their life much better than it was before they came to your life. You can ensure that whatever you lay your hand on, you make it more better than it is before you came to it. So what about the trait that separate them from majority of people that fall short of an industrious nature? So let's look at the traits that come up with people that typify industrious nature. Number one, achievement oriented. It is okay that when you persistently and you set a clear goal you want to achieve, you're bound to go out and create the opportunity to make it happen. It's not necessarily that you will not have a setback or distraction, but that setback and distraction is not something that will pull you back. It's something that makes you really determined to make it happen. Number two, they are very self-disciplined. It's not all the time you will feel great to go out and run or go to the gym or take a book and read. You just know that doing it was actually good for you. And you create a habit that's supporting your bigger goals. It's a little thing, but the little thing leads to the bigger things. What other thing you will notice about these people? Efficiency. These are not the people that just wasted or use their resources anyhow. They are generous, they are kind, but they are also very effectively managing their resources because they know how to create it. They also know how to hold it, they know how to grow it. They just don't dish it out to those who deserve it. but not to those who need it, but they just give it the way it is appropriate. So efficiency is not how you do the work, it's actually how you utilize the resources that you have. Some of those resources might not actually do with money, it might do with your time, the people that you spend your time with, the activities that you engage with. What is your longer goal? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Because every day, according to Buddha, we die. Every day we are chipping away. It's not when we finally diminish or finally things happen to us. It's that thing's been happening for a long time and we refuse to say. So you navigate your resources in order to maximize it, to push it toward your longer and shorter goals and dreams. So this one is what also that Napoleon Hill put more into his book, Habits of Successful People. They have a definite purpose. It is very, very difficult to push yourself to make things happen. If you don't have the dreams and the goal, it will be very difficult to take the appropriate actions that will make it happen. And it's not guaranteed that the goal that you have, you'll be able to achieve it. That is fine. But you will not remain the same place that you are if you have the goals. Because you set your goal so high that even when you achieve something, it's so beyond your expectation because you have to push yourself to make it happen. Sometimes when I meet some people, I say, okay, what is your plan for the next 5 years? And they'll say, oh, I'm going with the flow. And the same person will call you a few months later and say, I'm frustrated with my job. I'm frustrated with what I'm doing. And then you look at them and you see why they were frustrated with what they are doing. Because the job was just a stimuli for them to make a change. And the change that they don't want to do is the one begin from them. Maybe they will need to upskill their skills. Maybe they will need to take extra training to do the career change. And doing that is a hard job. And that's what they don't want to do. And that's what differentiates these kind of people and industrial individual. Because even if you know you want to move from right to the left, the distance between those two zones is the hard job that you needed to confront. And how you confront that is to be honest with yourself and determine that it's going to take you 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years to make it happen. But you are determined to make it happen. Because once you do that, once you say yes to one thing, you already say no to another thing. And you have to always make and balance your decision, what to say no to, what to say yes to. There will be so many external things that will be pulling toward your resources. Your resources could be your time, could be your energy, could be your connection, could be your network, could be your money. So the next one is competency. So competency is a funny one. It's not so necessarily that you're born with it. It's something that you develop by consistently working on it. If you to learn anything, maybe you want to learn dancing, maybe you want to learn driving. If you drive for long enough, you'll be good at it. If you want to learn coding and programming, if you do it for long enough, you'll be good at it. And whatever career you chose, this is what makes industrious individuals look like undisposable in their particular role. Because these are the people that they invest a lot in that particular role to become competent in it. Because when people can rely on your ability to do the work. It brings confidence to you, it brings respect, and then it brings mutual understanding with the people that you work with. And that leads me to the next one, autonomy. So the competence level can also lead to autonomy, where you give more space how you work, not the way they want it to work, because they so trust and rely on you deliver a high level result in a accurate time. So the idea of micromanagement is no longer relate to you. And that pushes you to the zone of what we call consultancy and way to the freelance role. And that's the job way. In the other way, the people that also take control of their emotional well-being. So that, and they are creating the resources for themselves, that they seek not to just work to make a living. Their work are becoming a meaning in their own life at the same time, because they know that they bring values, they create service that's not only benefit them, benefit everyone at large. The other thing I noticed with industrious people is environmental mystery. So these people, they understand the nature and the combination of the environment where they find themselves. They can adapt, they can adjust, they can manage their expectations. And the last one, personal growth. Most people think education stops at the school, and every chance they have to grow, to learn, they firstly resist to it because it demands something from them. But you actually learn every day. You learn from the relationship you have with yourself, relationship you have with others. So people that share the skill listed above overcome obstacles and transcend any adversities to growth. They are the true agent of change, and from one generation to another. History is full of samples of these remarkable individuals. So what happens if you do not possess it and you need external motivation? If you follow the simple approach mentioned in the next paragraph, it will help you tremendously over the time. So let's look at it. These are the few steps noticed about individuals that are industrious in nature. You can embrace it into your way of living. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's a common saying that originated from the Chinese proverb. You won't arrive or develop it in a few days, but over a period of time, you will begin to see a shift, a remarkable difference in your attitude. So let's quickly look at it because I'm conscious of time. Number one, gratitude. You will be surprised how soon you get close to having and developing industrious traits just by appreciating what is already in your life. It will expose what is already there to the surface, making the invisible become visible. This simple act of gratitude will begin to change how you think and see events. And lastly, take action. Nothing will be done without action. So you will conceive an idea, dream, and persistently follow it up. Learn to set short and long-term dreams, goals, and identify measurable tools to measure your progress. So I hope this helps someone. And finally, these two actions stood out from industrious individuals that help them to face setbacks and persistently continue to create their dreams. If you do not have this trait, then work toward developing it. It will transcend to other parts of your life in a positive way. For a lot of people, whatever they do not like to do, even if it is necessary, to borrow from the perfect Spanish word for this behavior, it is mañana. So you meet these people, everything for them is tomorrow. So don't postpone what you can do today till tomorrow. Do it now. So there's a Chinese proverb that says, when is the best time to plant a tree? 100 years ago. When's another time to, when the best second time to plant a tree is now. So if you listen to me right now and you have not tapped to your industrials, or you are industrial for things that doesn't lead you to what you want to make happen in your life in the next 5 years, consider to modify. If you can't change it, modify it and channel your energy in a positive way. I hope this podcast helps someone. If you'd like to contact me or write to me, please do it through our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Once again, my name is Richard. Until we meet up again next week, have an amazing week, and please stay safe. Ciao. From everyone here, from Life for Living Well, we say hasta luego, amigos. Thank you for your time this week. May your rest of the week be safe and loving. Please subscribe to our channel to keep it going. And you can find more information on our website by visiting www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Goodbye.